Hello there, welcome back to France. I'm better than Napoleon. Last time we completely beat Austria. Currently they're still in war, embroiled, punished, destruct. Basically they're having problems with Württemberg and Ansbach, Bavaria and Memmingen. Which is not surprising considering the fact that we did tear them to more or less pieces. If we check the armies here, Austria is currently a 13,000 man army, where 11 of those are mercenaries. They are basically trashed. We also created Croatia and Hungary, which is beneficial. And I've currently been thinking just how I want to continue the expansion in the future. So I think for the time being we'll just keep on, to some degree, being aggressive. I will be taking the core ideas in the future, most likely, near future I might add. But I'm a little bit unsure just how I want to handle them, if you will. If I should just go completely pacifist for a little while, or if I want to just continue being aggressive. I think we're just going to continue being aggressive, at least with England. We might end up just taking their colonies and humiliate them, basically for points, while doing a little bit more, well, active destruction, if you will, in Scandinavia. And by that I mean we're basically just going to take the north here, probably 3 or 4 provinces, depending on what we end up with here. So I'm going to keep on, or start fabricating a claim. We definitely want to take Åland, the island. We can just put a fortress down on that thing, and then we are secure in terms of Finland. And we're also very tempted to take Hälsingland and Bergslagen, and of course Trøndelag itself. So we'll have to see just how we want to handle this, of course. But again, it's not something that I'm too concerned about. It's something that should be, well, dealt with rapidly. We also, of course, do have the plan, if you will, to deal with Norway. But a lot of things are going to be very expensive to core, and they're just going to keep on getting more expensive as time passes. So definitely those ideas to give in mind is 25 to coring costs. It will definitely be helpful. I might have considered getting rid of that extra diplomatic relation, but right now I have such a good government that doesn't really matter too much. It's not too much of a threat. And I've checked out the subjects here. The only ones I really want to leave is Genoa, and that's because they have more than 100 total development. That's the hilarious part. They have more than 100 total development. All that has relative power to France 8.1. Do these guys... Relative power to France. They only care about their own relative power to me, it looks like. So it doesn't really matter. Tariffs also plays a big role in this, and if I wanted to decrease the tariffs, it's going to be very, very costly. And again, yeah, as these guys actually grow, they're going to keep on handing, well, stuff over to me, which is going to be useful. Subject interactions. If I want to, as you can see, if I want to decrease tariffs, this will cost me 100 admin points. So we'll have to see what we want to do. We might do something with replace governors, just because it will give... I think there's achievement connected to that, but we'll have to do that after I come back in August. But anyways, as I said, right now I'm a little bit lost for words about what I should be doing. I think we might want to just wipe Castile out of the board, just make myself look a little bit bigger. And I'm a little bit unsure what else I want to do right now. Of course, if I am to take the admin ideas and go the line of administrative, the core creation cost ideas will definitely be useful. But I am again very much concerned about just how I will be handling the main problem, which is basically conquest and England's colonies, colonial happiness, if you will. I'm also very tempted to see if I can get myself into a war overseas, and I think the easiest way to get that done is actually just constant mission. In terms of policies, there's not really anything here that could be too useful. National manpower could be useful, but I don't really need that. So I'll not be taking any policies for the time being. I'm actually losing a tiny bit of money. Do I have any troops here that need to cool down? I don't think so. Our devices are a little bit costly, so I think we're just going to go a little bit down on maintenance. Again, I do have a ton of money, which puts me in a position where I don't really have to worry about anything, which of course is very much beneficial to me. But I think, as I said, Castile is definitely a target. England is also a target, Scandinavia. But at the time being, we're just going to sit back a little bit and cool down. Just get the administrative idea down, and then we can start conquering and save a few points. So we'll just have to see how that pans out. For now, however, we'll focus on just upgrading our tech and catch up, if you will. I'll be back very, very soon. I also completely forgot about Charles, but we are going to turn him into a general, and he's going to be a 3-1-4. Not the best, but hopefully we can kill him off. Admin points are very important after all. National sovereignty. Level 18 admin tech allows another group of ideas. Level 18 diplomatic tech. Line of battle. Naval morale increased by 0.5, and I can now use galleots, which are basically, well, a cheap galley. And in terms of new slot here, as I said, we'll be going for administrative, just the adaptability, but I could also go for benefits for mercenaries, which could allow me to have a huge mercenary army in the future. So it should be interesting to see just how this works. Mercenary cost will also be helpful if, again, I end up in a position where I need mercenaries. So it's not completely idiotic what I'm doing right now, but it could potentially also backfire horribly. The reasons why I'm not gaining 13 anymore is because I'm at 43 power projection, and my current rivals aren't really that much to choose between. It's Lithuania and the Ottomans. I could find Lithuania, but Bohemia, Brandenburg, and Circassia, I kind of need Bohemia still. They have a decent army, and with that, they're kind of important in the area just for power balance. Now, I'm a little bit unsure here what will happen once I actually start taking back the land that I, well, want my vassals to have. We could potentially piss off, well, Bohemia and Poland, but we'll just have to wait and see. If it happens, it happens. If not, I'll be fine. Cargo pole, that should be somewhere up here. There we go, cargo pole. Now the big question is, can these guys beat them? We'll put Charles, we'll have him, give him a chance here. We'll deny the petition and see what the rebels do when they rise up in cargo pole. Isian train, base in India, Coromandel. Yes, we can conquest on Bamanis, take Coromandel. This means we need to send an army there, and we'll take the army we already have in Africa, and we'll send them over there with the goal of basically, well, creating something. This navy here should be enough. I can upgrade it once we actually get down to the area where we want them to be. So again, I'm just doing this to recreate the East Indian Company, and the East Indian Company is actually a decision here, as you know, that will allow me to get 200 ducats and an extra merchant and 5% of global trade power to the end of the game. So it's a very good decision. I'll not be able to core Coromandel, which is going to be problematic. Coromandel should be here. So Bamanis is going to be a big threat. They have a lot of forces here, so I think 12,000 men might be a little bit too little. I might have to rethink this and send 2 armies and 24,000 men total there. But yes, we actually want to do that. I do need to build a secondary fleet after all. We did suffer quite a lot of losses. So do we want to build 12 or no? We're just going to build 2 6s. There we go. It will take us quite a while though. And with that building, we're going to get rid of the old one here. It's a bad way because I'm basically trashing a lot of money. I just spent over 1,000 ducats on fleets, to put it to say it that way. So it's not the best way to handle the economy part of the game, but it's just how things are. And also, you'll probably see that right now I'm playing the game a little bit differently. I've gotten used to now, after my continuous failings in the Scandinavian War, among other things, to play the game on 4. It's basically to help me micromanage things like diplomats, basically keep an eye on everything. But now that I just need time to pass to get admin points more than anything else, I will play on speed 5, and as you can see, time just flies by. Brandenburg is no longer considered as Burgundy's rival. Well, that's not good. But I'm a little bit surprised that Burgundy is still around. Also, you haven't made a move on them. No one has actually made a move on them because they are still pretty strong. But they do feel actually threatened towards me, so potentially I could use them as an ally. I'm pretty sure I could. Yeah, I could use them as an ally potentially in a future war against Austria. I could potentially turn them on Milan. Yes, it would be glorious. You ally yourself with Poland now. Milan might actually live for a very long time, seeing how things are currently going. And I should probably also start fabricating some claims on Russia, to be frank. Right now, Russia is mostly just free from any problems whatsoever. They're currently at war with Kazan, so they might get some new land, which would be not too beneficial, and I'll have to deal with that. But it's not a big problem either. So for now, we'll just allow the fleet to be built. And we'll also, of course, naturally there's 12,000 men, most likely from, well, I have no idea where we're going to snatch them, to be perfectly honest. Most likely there's 12,000 men army here, so I'm just going to have them walk to Alcasus. That could be done. Jean-Baptiste de Pelfort is dead. He actually helped us out quite a good deal, so I might have to hire a new general. But I think I'll just use the heir for the longest time here. My current emperor is 36 years old, so still should be a little bit of time before he ends up having a chance of dying. So at least we'll just have to wait and see how that turns out. We're getting closer to the first point here, or the first step on the idea tree. We have 40 points to go. So that's looking good. But we're going to end it here and we'll continue next time. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, and if you feel like, and I'll see you next time. Bye!